Hey, SciMan Dan, this is Tempting Taboo again. I just watched your video about the brothers who's trying to debunk the weather thing, whatever that is. Did you happen to notice that whenever they put that diagram at the top of the map, that there was two other storms brewing, one like further out into the Atlantic and one on the other side of Mexico? Did you happen to notice that? Now, what it looked like they did is they took the picture of the actual storm, Hurricane Florence, that, well, to natural born Floridians, it's just a rain. That's all it is, rain. But they took it and it's like they blew it up and then put it at the top of the map going across the U.S. First of all, how can you blow up a picture and put it, like, have a picture of the U.S. here and blow up a storm picture and put it here? Yeah, it's going to take up a majority of the country. But you guys, those two brothers or whoever they are, that guy who's trying to debunk the weather thingy, he failed to realize something. One, he blew up a picture of a storm and put it on a smaller version of a map. He said you could fit 3 of those across the world. But yet you didn't notice the little one way over here. Look, so I'm doing, haha, made y'all look. You got the little one over here by Mexico. Yeah, that's about the size of the actual hurricane. Well, I said about of the actual hurricane that we got some of. But also outside your little picture. See, I'm going to do it like this, all right? Outside your little picture. Okay, my face is the globe. It's the U.S. Bam. No, like from right here to right here. Bam. Bam. There it is. Bam. There it is. Wow. You've got 2/3 of the U.S. Okay, your problem is you didn't notice the picture of the storm over here by Mexico that y'all caught in that picture. And right outside the edge over here, you can see where another storm was brewing. Florida has been in between storms hitting. So it's basically most of the east coast of the U.S. I mean, hell, what was it? North or South Carolina experienced that superstorm not too long ago. That was 2 storms combining into one and coming in. I bet those brothers who's trying to debunk that whole weather thing that you ended up debunking for them, well, debunking them for them, so they didn't have to debunk themselves. Well, wait, yeah, they did debunk themselves. What am I talking about? Duh. Dan, I'm loving watching your videos because you're debunking these people like that. It's making me laugh. It's giving me it's giving me reasons to make more jokes and be sarcastic about some of these people. But it's also bringing to light the stupidity of other people, like these flat earthers. Last video I made, I directed it directly towards you, Dan, for you to ask M. Bean a good question, or whoever. I don't know how long ago you made these videos, but it wasn't that long ago, because you mentioned something about the was it the equinox happening on September 23rd? That guy who said this the 22nd. Okay, so you one. I was thinking, okay, one, you're off a day. Who cares? It's a day, but then you showed the New York time to the Universal, and I'll admit I looked it up. I word for word as to what you said in the video, and then I got a still picture or a screenshot picture of exactly what you typed in, and I went to that, and it came up the 23rd. I wonder what he was looking at, because I don't think he went Universal. I think he went somewhere else. Um, but I saw 23rd. I like to see them tell me I'm wrong. Well, wait, they told you you were wrong, so they do have the audacity to, I don't know, make fun of somebody who's missed a day, like they haven't. Oh yeah, my wedding anniversary is November 12th. What? Oh, I'm sorry, November 11th. Like they miss a day. Oh wait, they could. Um, God damn. Hey, Dan, do y'all have raccoons there in England or Britain or wherever it is that you're at? Do y'all have raccoons there? Because if you want, I could send a couple to you. They're bugging the shit out of me. So, um, yeah. So, Dan, bro, keep debunking these guys. Hell, I'm learning more just watching your videos and how you debunk. Oh yeah, those. There was Tinfoil Tuesday, where those guys proved that U.S. is half the size of what it actually is. They obviously never drove cross country, or they've never flew cross country, because I have, and wow, the U.S. is pretty damn big. It's actually half. It's a half size bigger than what they're saying. Oh wait, yeah, they're saying it's half the size smaller. No, it's half the size bigger than what they're saying, because half the size they're only going by maybe, I don't know, what's the east side of Mississippi. They're not looking at the west side of Mississippi. I did. I traveled it, and it's a beautiful country. Um, but those guys with a weather picture, again, how can you take something, blow it up, and then take a picture of the country? Actually, I'm doing this wrong because Florida's right here. So take a picture of, how in the hell would I do that? Okay, I'm going to do it like this. Right here is Florida. You got half that storm, or 2/3 of that storm, kind of like covering the country. Just like that, okay? You're forgetting something, you bozo brothers. If you've got a storm over here, way over here by Mexico, and a storm way over here by, I don't know, Iceland, so it's probably like around Bermuda. But if y'all got a storm in those two areas brewing already, how are you going to take a storm like Florence and say, look, the size of that is virtually impossible? You put it across the world, which is like, what they say, 1,500 miles across. You can fit 3 storms in there. Pumpkin heads. Well, I should call you pumpkin brains. Um, First of all, you don't live in Florida. I hope not, because if you do, then I guess idiots are everywhere. Um, but I live here in Florida. I live on the west coast of Florida. Looking at that storm coming in, we got a bunch of rain from it. It is pretty good size. And again, you debunked it yourselves by trying to debunk SciMan Dan. For, well, not so much as SciMan Dan. I think, yeah, it was SciMan Dan that y'all trying to debunk. But here's the problem. The picture you took, you blew it up. Oh, the picture of the storm, you blew it up. The picture of the country, you have sitting right here. Okay, you debunked yourself alone with that storm. And I saw where you were moving along with the picture. I didn't see where any of that other was moving along with. But Dan's right. If you got something that's that close to it, like here's the storm, here's ISS, right there, it's not going to look like it's moving. What it's going to look like is a big ball of, I don't know, marshmallow puff. Just sitting there until you get completely to the end of it. and the smaller clouds around it, you do realize that as you zoom in, you kind of freeze the picture a little bit. See, I have the same map on my computer. I have the same map on just about anything. And, well, yeah, pretty much. I even looked at it. I even zoomed in. Because I did do exactly what you said. If you go to a computer and you go to a picture and blah, 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 blah. Well, I did that. And I noticed that the picture kept freezing as I zoomed in. And you're catching it just at that right moment of zooming in. Because it does take a couple seconds before it moves. So y'all were catching it just at the right time. And I think y'all done a lot of close call editing. Now, Dan, going back to that guy with the map and drawing that line, and coming down so many degrees and then going back. Okay, I have Google Earth Pro on my computer. And one thing I did also notice is that guy, whenever he did that second line, because he had that first line down here. When he did that second line, he did it at an angle. And he tried to draw a straight line, so naturally it wasn't going to match up. Because he purposely did it here and it came down to here. And he tried to go from here over just, oh look, it doesn't match up. But if you look at the lines, you notice that top line, that the top red line, it's at an angle. So that could also explain another reason why he was going straight here, but that line was at an angle here. So trying it like that, we actually get a straight line. And I have a the self-leveler thing on my computer for my Google Earth Pro. And it automatically leveled up the line. And you can see where you put the level on the line and it bubbled. So it was a straight line. And then I drew the other line. I came down the 90 degrees and went back and they matched up. All because that line was level. The two lines matched up. It's just like driving from Tampa, Florida to say, San Francisco. And then turning around and coming back. So, the same interstate, just two different directions. Go there like this, 90 degree, come back. It's like you're just passing yourself. Same straight line. Everything's the same one. So, yeah, those guys, they debunk themselves with their own picture and their own stupidity. And please keep making some more of these videos because I'm eventually going to explode on some of these guys, and I want a whole lot of fuel. And honestly, dude, you're teaching me a couple things I didn't even know about, like that global guy and the turntable cameras with a beach ball and that swivel gate. Oh, I don't know about you, but watching that damn swivel gate as much as I did started making me motion sickness. Oh, man, my stomach started turning. So, and I've seen one other of him where he was using picture frames at distances, and he did the gate thing on that one too. But he did it where two gates were opening and closing together. So, I'm going to try to find that video. I'm going to send you, well, you probably already seen it. But it's the one where he's sitting there, he's got a picture frame here and a picture frame here, and kind of doing the little, he's looking at one, looking at the other, and he puts them both together and stuff. I don't think that guy's all there himself. So, if you haven't seen it, let me know. I'll go back through my stuff. I'll look through it. I'll go back to my history and look for it. And whenever I come across it, I'll send it to you. So that way you can see it, and then you can laugh at him too. And there was a couple other guys. They were talking about one of the guys I was talking about. This is the sun being 93 million miles, the moon being 240,000 miles, but yet they're right next to each other. They're the same size, and they're this and they're that, and they're like this, and they just kind of travel opposite of each other. middle school science project. I had to step into my room and look at mine, where you make the sun, and you got all the planets on coat hangers and string. And I was looking at that, and I'm like, well, I'll be a bitch. I know where they got. And that's another thing, because some of those I talked to, I think I found a couple of videos on it, showing that the Earth is flat, but all the other planets are round. Can you explain that one to me? Can you explain why and how the Earth is flat, all the other planets are round, and everything revolves around the Earth? Because I don't get that part. Because I still believe that everything's revolving around the sun, all because of gravity. And there was also something stated about in some other video. I want to send you that link too, so you can see it and you can get a good laugh out of it too. That there's no such thing as a gravitational pull, which we all know is a bunch of bull. I would really love for you to see that. So I'm gonna go back, watch some more of your videos, get a couple more good laughs out, and then I'm gonna come back with another thing or two. And yeah, I can't wait to see what happens on your 75,000 followers. So I'm one of them. I done subscribed. I'm one of the followers, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yeah. Excuse me. And I would really love to meet MB, because his philosophies are kind of. Actually, no, I take it back. Not MB. You did a video. You had 3 or 4 guys. It's the one guy that MB recommended you watch, Mr. Undebunkable, that you debunked. Well, he debunked himself. He had the pictures, satellites. You had the basketball. I don't remember what the title of that video was, but you were talking about, let's pretend that the satellites are the little specks of dust. And there you go. You debunked it just by pretending the satellites were dust and the dust was covering the ball. But the last guy that was on your video that rambling about stupid shit, if you can send me his link so I can see some of his videos and laugh at him, maybe even Cat, I don't know what your problem is, but between you and those raccoons, y'all are both getting on my last nerve. I don't want to love you right now. Go away. But yeah, I'm just, dude. You're well. You're not becoming my new hero, but you're ranking up there with guys I'm starting to like. I don't like a whole lot of people. You're one of them I'm starting to like. So, yay. But yeah, send me a couple of those links. I want to look for some of mine and send you those links so you can get a good laugh too. And we'll share shit like that if you want. So, later.